unfortunately, we just got the worst fears confirmed for Giant fans, and that is, in fact, this is according to Adam Schefter, that Malik Neighbors tore his ACL on Sunday after an MRI confirmed that, so he is done for a while. In studio to help us talk about that and more about the Giants and the NFL, Larry Fitzgerald. Larry, thanks for coming by. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. I really appreciate you guys having me this morning. Well, and to all the fans out there, sorry to hear about Malik.
Yeah, so all right, so help us, take us through. You played on that field. A lot is being made of it. I know Odell Beckham Jr. tweeted something about it. People talked about it for years. Is there something in your mind, Larry, that's different about the MetLife turf versus elsewhere, why these guys keep getting hurt?
You know, honestly, I only played at MetLife 3 times, I think, and I never had any issues with the turf. I mean, it was good, solid turf. But I think as a fan, you have to take in consideration that MetLife hosts 2 National Football League teams, and they probably, out of all the stadiums in the country, probably do the most concerts and other extracurricular activities. So for them to have a grass surface stadium would be very difficult, as much as they're moving it in and out. And you don't want grass with seams, and poor grass is no good either. I mean, so I really feel like their options are pretty difficult.
They tried that years ago, Larry. I was at the game, the Jets-Giants game, the preseason game, when the third one was pretty important, as you remember, and Jason Sehorn ripped up his knee. They put the trays on the old Meadowlands field, so it's just not feasible. What kind of recovery, even with modern medicine, is he looking back, and where he can really trust his cuts and his body 100%? What's he looking at here?
I mean, if he goes to, say, Dr. Neil Alitrage out in L.A. and gets his knee done, I mean, he's done, Tom Brady, he did Odell Beckham's, he's done Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's done a lot of the Kobe Bryant. We got Kobe back from his Achilles injury.
Okay.
He goes to one of the best doctors. I say 9 months. He'd be ready to be able to get back and compete for training camp.
No restrictions. So week 1 next year, everything's good. He's going to be Malik Neighbors.
He's 22 years old. Long as he follows protocol and he's diligent about doing what he needs to do to get himself ready, he should be back for training camp.
How much worse, just out of curiosity, is an ACL compared to an Achilles? We all think the Achilles is a million times worse. Is it really truly that much worse?
It's the kiss of death, especially for a skilled player. You just lose that pop and that ability to accelerate and quick change of direction. You can do it, but it's not the same. The ACL now is kind of, most guys are able to come back and perform at a really high level. You think about the guys who've done it, and they're able to come back and perform.
Good. Okay.
How were you able to stay so healthy throughout your entire NFL career, which should be soon a Hall of Fame career here? You were able to be durable, though, as well. How was that the case for, 17 years?
Yeah, I don't think players talk often enough about luck. And there's luck associated with everything. And then there's bad luck associated with some things, like the Mets. That's just bad. I'm just saying, that's just bad luck.
Tell him, baby.
With that payroll, you should be guaranteed a playoff spot. No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it 100, though. And there's situations I was in that I got very fortunate that the diagnosis wasn't worse, right? And so I definitely worked hard and I prepared. I did everything, but I just was fortunate.
How about from the Giants' perspective overall, the energy that they had yesterday for the first time in quite some time?
Sounded good.
Place was insane. We haven't seen that. It was half Chiefs fans the night before. For years, it's been dead, flying planes over. So it was great to have that energy. Rookie quarterback Jackson Dart making his starting debut, and then to have that injury to Neighbors. How do they overcome that in that locker room to kind of build on that positive momentum now?
Well, you can't replace his production. You can't replace it. But they got some young, talented players. I will continue to get Scatterboo the ball, find innovative ways to get him in the screen game, in the passing game. The guy's electric. He's hard-nosed. He's physical. He runs like Brandon Jacobs back in the day. The guy is a bruiser, but has the ability to catch it out the backfield as well. He should be Jackson's favorite, toy, to be playing with. But it just sucks that he doesn't have the, his most dynamic offensive weapon. But I think they have a legitimate shot of being able to compete. Right now the Commanders are reeling a little bit. They don't have, all of their guys healthy. Obviously the Eagles are really good. The Cowboys offensively last night look like a juggernaut. Defensively looked a little rough. I think they can make some noise. And I really like Jackson. I like them in the preseason. And it's nice to be able to see him get a shot to lead.
You played on some really good teams, played on a lot of bad teams, quarterbacks. You've seen it all. How dispiriting is it? Because Sal just said it did sound different. Like MetLife looked, it just popped. It felt like the old Giants, at least for a day, and Dart definitely showed real promise. But when you're on a team and the quarterback ain't it, not that he's a scrub, but he's just not a next-level guy, How tough is that on the whole franchise? It's got to swallow everything up negatively, no?
No, I mean, you're a professional. Like, this is what your job is, right? And it's your job to be able to overcome the disadvantages or the obstacles that you have to face. Like, you don't want those thoughts to be permeating throughout your mind, right? The ball comes my way. It doesn't matter if you're throwing it to me, Kurt Warner's throwing it to me, Eli Manning throwing it to me, I'm going to catch it. Like, I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be. And, like, that's the kind of mentality you have to take. You know, you're doing a job that you dreamed about doing. You're making a king's ransom doing it.
Yep.
I mean, like, let's not forget the opportunity.
Yeah, but that's you, and you weren't only a special player, you're a special person. So think about the divas at the wide receiver position. What you're saying, I know that you lived your life that way. Is everybody else? I mean, it's got to bring
we can use an example like this. A.J. Brown, we can both all agree he's a top 5 receiver in the National Football League. His numbers do not show that.
No.
I don't see him complaining. I don't see him slamming helmets on the sidelines. His fingerprints are on the outcome of those games by the coverage he takes away when the big runs happen.
Yeah.
And, like, is he capable of going for 1,500? Absolutely. He is that dynamic of a player. But the system that they're running right now, it just doesn't allow him to make those plays and have those same contributions. And so, like, there are guys out there who
Tyreek Hill's not happy. He's one of them.
Course. But, like, I don't see him coming out and making some outlandish statements. I know he's had a couple tough off seasons and things, so he needs to play it the right way. But yeah, he's another guy who is capable of going for 1,600 every year and is not getting those opportunities right now.
BT and Sal in studio with Larry Fitzgerald. What brings you in today, Larry?
I'm here with DraftKings, and as you know, these games are always so much fun, and people like to have a good time. And betting is something that we all enjoy, and it's always important to remember that this is it's better when it's for fun. To be able to have a good time doing it, and just want to make sure people are being responsible as they're placing their wagers.
Oh, there's certain players that you will follow, whether it's a prop bet or just a game, wide receivers specifically, that you are a fan of around the league?
I'm much more of a over/under guy. I don't like to fool for any individuals. I like to just kind of hope that like the Cowboys. I just take the score.
Over.
Let's score.
You mean from a team perspective, like Dallas to score X amount of points, or for the whole game?
On the whole game.
I like the hey, Sal, I like the over/unders too.
I just like to see if the people are scoring touchdowns and kick field goals from long distances is better for everybody. So that's kind of more my speed.
And by the way, how much has the kicking game changed the philosophies and the pressures of being a coach?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, if you cross the 50-yard line, you can check 3 points.
It's a wrap.
And I think it gives so much more versatility. It makes it much more difficult on defenses. I mean, you see this line, that red line that they have on the field line.
The target line.
You got to get to this line. That yard line keeps moving back every single year as these guys.
It does.
I mean, Brandon Aubrey hit a field goal. It was a couple weeks ago
64, right?
64 to get to push the game. It's over. I mean, like
the Steelers hit a 60-yarder to beat the Jets.
I mean, it's like these guys kick 60-yarders like it's like just walking around the block now.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun to
It's not good for the game, though.
It's great for the game.
No, why is it great?
Why is it not?
I'm going to tell you why. Because you got some 180-pound weakling trotting out onto the field when guys have put their life on the line for 59 minutes, and this guy prances out, and he's going to decide who wins the game? Come on, man. There's no way you got to feel me on that.
No, I don't. I think it's great, and I think it's good for offenses. But then you have plays that are dynamic, like last night. You see the Cowboys get that blocked PAT. Essentially, that cost the Packers that game last night. They get that PAT. The strategy in the fourth quarter changes a lot. And so, like, I just love the fact that special teams is being talked about. It's a huge component of the game, and the teams that take it seriously, gives themselves a real competitive advantage.
You have guys around the league that you like to watch. Garrett Wilson here in New York, neighbors, obviously pre-injury here, but are there guys around the league that are Larry Fitzgerald favorites?
Yeah, man. And if we go, I will go to L.A. with the Chargers. Keenan Allen. I mean, he's having a late career resurgence. I love Mike Evans. I think he's the most underrated receiver in this generation. I mean, all the dude does is go out there and go for 1,000 every single year, and he's consistent. He's available. He does it with Tom Brady. He does it with Baker Mayfield. He does it with Jameis Winston. Whoever else is quarterback there for the last 12 years, he's gotten it done. I really love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, I got a chance to have dinner with him 2 years ago, and to see him in terms of his stature.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 5'10" on a good day, 190 pounds. The guy plays like he's 6'4", 240 pounds, tough, durable, excitable, great blocker. He can beat you over the top. He can beat you intermediate. Like, he's just so versatile in what he does. So those are a few guys that I really enjoy.
What do you think is the most important characteristic of a wide receiver to be great?
Dependability. When I throw you the ball, you catch it.
That's simple.
Where if the route is supposed to be 12 yards and you're supposed to break out flat, you're doing what you like. There's nothing more reliable for a quarterback than a guy who does what he's asked to do. It's consistency.
Even more so than like intuition on what the corner might do, or burst, or operating in small spaces. I'm surprised. I mean, I believe you, because you would know. I wouldn't. I'm surprised that that's your answer, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to be said about somebody who does what they're coached to do. I mean, it's a great thing. I remember when I was with Kurt Warner first, and I was going up and catching these passes a certain way. He's like, Larry, that's not the way I play. I like the way Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt play.
Wow.
They're where they need to be when I need them to be there. There's dependability that I can count on, I can trust. It's like the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. I can count on that happening. And I need that dependability to trust you.
Wow.
And so, like, hearing that from Kurt and then Carson Palmer and other guys that I play with, like, the expectation of like, you expect your producers to be here every morning to have this thing ready for you guys to do your job.
Well,
right?
actually, in our case, we don't. It's a matter of whenever he shows up. We're going to take things in our own hand. No, just kidding. BT Sal, Institute of Larry Fitzgerald. You think you're a first ballot Hall of Famer?
That's not in my control.
Come on, stop.
It's not in my control. It really isn't. I'm elated to be mentioned in the category with some of these players. This is, in my opinion, the greatest league in all of professional sports, and to be thought of with some of the greatest to ever do it is really humbling. Like, it's not a day that's gone by since it was announced that I just walk around and I'm just like, man, this is awesome.
I mean, you're on the short list for the best ever. You really are. I mean, that needs to be said. I know you're never going to say it.
You know how subjective these things
think
are.
Well, not for me. It is a little bit with the stat. There's a little subjectivity, but
the stats and where you played.
Yeah, who you played with, what was your quarterback,
and all of the things like that.
Did you win?
Yeah,
I know.
You take all of that into consideration.
Look at this guy.
You 100% are in my fantasy football Hall of Fame. If that means anything to you, first ballot, won me a couple of championships. Although I am a little mad at you taking a shot at the Mets. Now, you played in Arizona. You grew up in Minnesota. What are you, a Twins fan, Diamondbacks?
I'm a Twins and Diamondbacks fan for sure.
Come on.
Did you see the season we had last year?
Yeah, well, that was last year.
We got it done. If we had that roster, you know what we would do in Arizona?
Come on.
In a much better division, too.
I can't come back at him on that. He might be right. With the Dodgers and Padres, they'd still win more than 83 games.
The Yankees own the Twins for, like, what, 50 years?
We don't want to talk about that.
Jonathan Moore, no, that was fun.
It's the curse of Chuck Knobloch.
So you're old enough. You watched Kirby growing up, obviously.
Man, Kirby
How old
was
are you now, by the way?
I'm 42. Kirby was a great family friend. My dad's a journalist in the Twin Cities area, and we used to go eat dinner at Kirby's house over in Plymouth. And I saw Ken Herbeck at a Twins game not long ago, and
big first baseman. Ken can hit bombs.
Yeah.
Gary Gaetti over at third base, right?
Yeah. Dan, my brother dated Dan Glavin's daughter. Back in the day, Chili Davis. I whip him in golf all the time.
Chili, look at you.
Dave Winfield. All the boys, man. I love my Twins. So this is why I knew Kirby Puckett when I was a child. I knew Kirby was great, but I didn't understand what made him great. And for a 7 o'clock game, Kirby would be out there at 11 in the morning. He would be catching fly balls. In the Metrodome, they had the white roof. So when the ball would go up in the air, if you didn't track it off the bat, you would lose it in the ceiling.
I remember watching games where that happened to the Yankees.
And he would practice it every single day before
at 11 in the morning?
11 in the morning. He would be taking fly balls.
Wow.
And I was like, it's 8 hours until first pitch.
Yep.
And he's here doing this, and this is why he is. And so as a 10, 11-year-old, I'm thinking, if I want to be great, these are the type of things I need to implement for me to be able to do this one day.
I like it.
You were great, one of the greatest, no doubt about it, and I'm sure you'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is the great Larry Fitzgerald. I thought we were going to take a break from the Mets this segment, but of course Larry had to get his jabs in. Of all people, I didn't think I was going to get jabbed by Larry Fitzgerald today about the Mets.
Larry, all you got to do is this. Now, lower your voice a little bit, right? Just lower it nice and low, and just go, Soto. Just do it for us.
Soto.
Oh, Larry! Larry! All right, thank you so much, Larry, for your time. We appreciate you stopping by.
I appreciate you having me.
BT Sal, the fan.